Hey guys, welcome back. It is TechLock here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And today we'll be diving into another kind of think tank prediction video. Still haven't thought of anything better to call it, but I digress there. This type of video, we just kind of take a look at certain weapons, items, functionalities, utilities that are present in the handheld and console games and see about their feasibility of bringing them over to our beloved mobile game Fire Emblem Heroes, see how they would function if brought to this game, and see if they're due to show up in the game in the near future, not so near future, or never at all. So let's dive into this. Today we will be continuing talking about weapons that I think should be added to the game, and we're going to be talking about magic and tomes. And two big types of tomes here. So obviously, the first type of tome that I really think, the section of magic in general that I think is really lackluster, for lack of a better word, is dark tomes. Obviously we have Fenrir, which was put on Erica for some reason, granted that she never touches magic and sacred stones, but okay, she gets Fenrir. And then we have our boy Lion here, and he got Naglfar, and we all know about how I feel about Naglfar. It's basically just Raven Tome with 2 more might. It's really disappointing, and Lion himself is incredibly disappointing. If you guys know or watch my channel, you know what I'm talking about, and you know that all my orbs and all my funds will die as soon as they release a decent alt of Lion or a refine of him. That's where all my grails will be going, all of them, just to make him a good and usable boy. But we do have one hope left, one kind of common quote-unquote tome that has not been put into the game yet, and that would be a Naglfar tome. And a Naglfar tome, whoops, I did not mean to go out of there. It'd be very sorry, not Naglfar, a Nosferatu tome. And Nosferatu tome, really easy to implement. You already even got the coding in the game. Right here, absorb. Just increase the might and rename it Nosferatu and give it to a mage. That's it. It is really kind of shocking to me that they haven't put this in the game as of yet. It's a pretty common tome. It's a pretty frequently used tome by Fire Emblem players. So certainly it evades me why Nosferatu has not been added to the game, and as I think it would be a really fun tome to play around with. Obviously the first non-staff weapon that would restore HP outside of a special. So certainly something cool to play around with, and I do think that Nosferatu would be a tome that is coming soon. If it's not in the game within a year, I would be extremely disappointed and kind of wonder what IS is doing. But so that's the first tome I want to talk about. And the second one, we're actually going to go into mock battles here. Whoops, went into the resorts. But you know, it's always nice to check. I finally got F from Emblem, so always nice to check on all the F-Rims. They're all bundled up for the cold atmosphere here in the resort. So let's get out of there. Right button this time. There we go. Let's go down to my alternate account. Oh look, it moved up 2 spaces. So yep, just using this kind of icon. I don't even know what to call this team. It's just a representation. They're not even built well. Canis here is level 26. Didn't even get around to getting him to level 40. Jesus, Lilina's even worse. But yeah, the second types of tomes that I really want to talk about were range tomes, something like a bolting, a purge, or an eclipse. Certainly tomes that all have their place in the Fire Emblem games, whether in handheld and console, and I think they certainly could be implemented into Fire Emblem Heroes pretty effectively. Obviously, Not as easy as putting Nosferatu in. I kind of went over why that would be a very simple addition to the game. But the way I imagine it, obviously Lelina can use bolting, so can Ursula use bolting. They both have, Ursula in that one chapter, it's something before dawn, I believe is what the chapter is called. When she comes equipped with the bolting, Lelina certainly can use bolting as after you train her for a little bit. Same with Celica here. Canas, obviously he's a dark magic user, so he would obviously be more inclined to use Eclipse. I couldn't find any light mages or bishops that were actually mages in my barracks, and if I did, if there's an even I'm missing, I'm terribly sorry. I will certainly apologize. I've been wrong before, and people have definitely corrected me. So, didn't bring a light mage for this demonstration, but yeah, I would kind of imagine it's something along the lines of, alright, it's hard to kind of translate uses into this game, because obviously while bolting is renowned for its range, it only has 5 uses that you can use before it breaks. So obviously this game doesn't use uses. All weapons are into infinity and beyond, as Buzz Lightyear would say. But I would say if bolting, purge, or eclipse ever made their way into this game, you would come in and you'd be able to attack at 3 range without getting counterattacked, basically like in any representation of these ranged kind of missile tomes in the handheld or console games. For these tomes though, I really don't see them coming. I think the Nosferatu is much more likely to make its way onto the Fire Emblem Heroes stage, and however, if these bolting, purge, or eclipse tomes ever do make it to Fire Emblem Heroes, I assume if Fire Emblem Heroes makes it to maybe its 3.5 or 4 year anniversary, we would start seeing something exotic such as these purge, bolting, and eclipse tomes, and I would love to see the way IS interprets these tomes and how they implement them into the game. Certainly I think a 3-range tome might be a little bit broken, but then again, I'm sure they'd find some way to nerf it. Obviously you can't give with one hand and take away with the other. So yeah, those would be the 2 major updates to tomes that I would love to see in Fire Emblem Heroes going forward. Obviously one is way more plausible than the other, but again, if this is stuff that you would like to see, as I mentioned before, just go here, customer support. Fire Emblem Heroes does give you a voice, so you can certainly voice your feedback, voice what you want to see in the game, and I really do hope that IS is listening and taking those messages to heart about what the consumers want to see in the game, because at the end of the day, they're trying to make us happy, and we have an outlet to tell them what would make us happy. So yeah, that's my little rant or tirade about tomes. Thanks for listening. If you made it all the way through the video, please leave a like and a subscribe. I do a lot of really cool Fire Emblem content, from banner reactions, summoning videos, builds, to these thought projects such as videos as you're seeing right now. Also, you can check out those videos here, and as always, take care, have a great rest of your day.